We need to like together. Start to fall.
Hello guys, we are back. This is Rosa and I'm Amy. And we just came back from Hawaii about a few weeks ago. And we are here to do a Q&A because some people have been asking us like questions about YWAM and Kokua Crew.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a sit-down video and just talk about all of these questions and hopefully help you guys out. Just let you guys know what we did, how our experience was. So yeah.
So the first question is, what is YWAM Kona? So YWAM is a Bible school that is international, and the one that we were at was based on the Big Island of Hawaii. So it was a really sweet program where we were able to come in and volunteer for 3 months. And with this school, there's a lot of different programs, and we'll help out in different aspects, which include where I was in the cafe, Amy was in the kitchen. There's people on maintenance, the grounds crew,
School,
and a lot of different areas. So there's, depending on what you like to do, there's something for everyone, and there's always room to learn and just to do things.
Yeah, so then we wanted to talk about living, roommates, house, and kitchen. So for living, you don't have to pay. We get housing provided. We stay at this place called Haliola, where there's like 8 buildings, and it's kind of like a dorm-ish, but it's very nice. Living is paid for, and food as well. Food is paid for too. And in those rooms, you get like roommates. It's like 1 to 2, and it's nice. They mix you up with like people from different areas. So like me and her were separated from completely different buildings,
Which was weird because we really wanted to be together, but it was nice because we got to like see what it feels like to be living with someone else.
Yeah, and make different like relationships with like people. Like I had a roommate from Germany, which was really cool.
Yeah, and mine was from New Zealand. Shout out to Michaela, our best roommate out there.
Okay, yeah, whoop whoop. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, so
that was like a cool part of it, that basically a part of this program is you have housing, food, and transportation to the school all provided for. And the biggest thing, where if you are tighter on a budget, is paying for your flight there.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest part of it, but otherwise than that, the majority of it is paid for, and it's very like sustainable to be there on a low budget.
And it was a little difficult during this time for like some people, especially like there was a girl from Britain that came, and like people just like from Germany, like you have to like isolate and stuff for Hawaii because it is pretty strict with the COVID stuff. But honestly, we all made it. Well, whoever really wanted to, we made it, and it was an amazing time. So.
Yeah. So the next thing I know some people were asking was money. So every single Saturday, we have the opportunity to go on a weekend trip with the crew, and that's just a $5 fee. And we just go to different places, whether it's different beaches or different activities, which include, what was some of the things we did? Like volcanoes. Went to the volcanoes.
We had like road trips to like different places like Hilo.
Visiting different towns.
Yeah, and just different beaches, definitely.
Yeah, and so it was only $5, so it was very cheap, and they had something every single Saturday, so that was nice. And you also then had the opportunity, if you wanted to, rent out your own car or do your own exploring, because the Big Island it has a lot of cool places to go, and if you know or do some exploring, you can see some pretty cool things.
They're really cool places to go to.
So the next thing you want to talk about, volunteering
hours in church. So volunteering, how our schedule kind of looked like is Mondays and Fridays we woke up I woke up at like 5:15, depending on the person, but I woke up at 5:15 on Mondays and Fridays. Sorry for the dogs, they're kind of growling in the background. And at 6 a.m. every Monday and Friday we had a devotional with the whole Kokua Crew, which is our volunteering group. We had like 50 during our time we had like 50 people. And then 6:30 is breakfast, always at 6:30 a.m. And then we work till 7, from 7 till 3 p.m. So I don't know how many hours that is.
Like 8 hours.
But you do get like devotional time with your group that you're like, for example, with the kitchen crew, we had our own little devotional time. She had devotional time with her cafe.
Yeah.
Everyone had, So it was honestly really nice. Kitchen crew was awesome. It's fun.
Cafe was better.
But and then church. There's a church called Livingstones, which a lot of people like to go to, and then there's the church called Little Red, which is a really cute little red church.
As in the name.
Yeah, and there's transportation provided to both of those. So we really like the churches. They were really nice.
Yeah, and there were some local churches by where we lived where you were also able to walk to. And also with the volunteering program, it is very free. Like, you're not very tied down to anything. As long as you work your hours, you have the opportunity to do whatever. You do have, you're working from 7 o'clock to 3 p.m. That's mandatory. And then there was a Tuesday night meeting that was mandatory. But otherwise than that, like Saturdays, Sundays, and any time after the working days, it was free and up to you, and you really get to decide what you want to do with that time. And with that time, you can go explore, adventure, but there was also like the spiritual aspect of it, which was incredible. And I know Amy could talk about Monday night worships because those were her favorite.
Yes. So every Monday we had Monday morning worship, which was before work started. So it's kind of nice.
So cool. It was like an hour less of work, and you just get an hour of worship.
Yes, it was so good. Like Monday morning worship, pretty much you just worship for an hour, and at the Ohana court, which you guys will see. And then in the evening, it was, some people called it like Monday morning worship on steroids, kind of. So it's 2 hours of worship, sometimes more, because it's just like so spontaneous, and the worship is just like so good. Like, and it gets really hyped too. I mean, some of you might feel like you're just like not comfortable like jumping or something, but honestly, I was just like so loose and like set, like free. Like,
that's right. Another thing, okay, coming to this program, it's a non-dominational church or organization. So you have people coming from all over the world, from different cultures. You have people coming from really conservative to very charismatic. So it's so cool to see other people worship, but also respect and be open to learning and realizing that your way of worship is not the only way of worship. So that's another thing, because there's some people who like to clap and dance and jump all around, but there are other people who like it to be more intimate. So just be prepared to see a bunch of different things. You don't have to take in everything, but just be aware that there's a lot of different ways to worship God.
Yeah. And then one day in DTS, you want to talk about that?
Yes. So with YWAM, they are a Bible school, and there's a lot of different programs. And as volunteers, we are helping the Bible school, and a lot of people see and want to go further. They want to do a DTS, which is a Discipleship Training school. And what's nice about volunteering is you kind of get to see what the school is all about before taking that extra step to commit and to serve. So all of us are scheduled to do a one-day DTS day where we're able to sit in on a class and really see how they do things and to see if that's something we were able to do. So that's really cool, where we're not just like volunteering for the school, but we kind of get to see how it's run and see if that's something we want to do in the future. So that's very nice that we got a day to do that. So that was a lot of fun.
It's every 6 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
You get one DTS day. So you don't get to work, but you just like get to try out a class and like sit in for a few of their lectures, which is really cool. Typically
you should be able to squeeze in 2 times. We only got to sit in once, but I think it was because of like COVID and just like with the students having to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks beforehand, that throws us a little bit off, but we at least got a one sitting day, and that was like more than enough.
It was really cool.
So it was awesome. So another great thing which I loved is our leaders were amazing. Like the people that are running that place, like, because there are many leaders in the school and organization, but then there are leaders who are just within the volunteering crew, which is different and outside of the school. And it's amazing because you have people to talk to, you have people who you can share and open up with. And we had like one-on-ones.
Yeah, we had
So
one-on-ones.
we had days where we were able to just talk about life, talk about anything that's on your heart, and you can just see that these people are there for you, and
They really care about you.
They're just willing to just set aside time to actually hear you out and like share some of their own experiences and advice for you. So that was honestly one of my top things, was to really have good leadership and mentorship.
Yeah, and they are like mandatory, which which is nice because you might not feel like talking to someone, but when you really do like start talking to someone, then it's actually really helpful.
Yeah, so overall, like, my take from this trip is just overall amazement of how much God can move in such a beautiful place. Like, yeah, there is the aspect where, oh, you're only there for vacation, you're only there to chill, but no, like, there's so much spiritual amazing things that went on there, where I was just like amazed of how God can move and change you no matter where you are. And it was just such a beautiful thing that I was able to, yes, be in a beautiful place in Hawaii that is like a dream.
Yeah.
You're there serving and just getting to know God. It's like, what better can you ask for? And if you're on a budget, you can totally do that too. So this is really cool.
Yeah, I think one thing we accidentally skipped over, one of the questions that were asked were, do we get to interact with the YWAM students?
Yes.
So yes, you can. Although they do have a really packed schedule because like their whole day is pretty much like lectures. So if you do get a chance to like meet them, then yeah, you can interact with them whenever they have free time. Like even I was serving lunch, like I served salad, and like it was cool like meeting them, like each person, just like getting to know them. But yeah, I think that like is pretty much
it sums it up. But
questions.
Basically, if you're out of high school or just have some extra free time on your hands and you're considering traveling, this is something that you should definitely consider doing.
It will definitely like get you out of your comfort zone too. Like she can testify. Like
this whole world changed.
I became so much more like social and just like changed in a better way. So,
but also depends on what your views are and what you want to get out of this trip. Do you want to travel more? Do you want to grow spiritually more? It all depends on you. So if you come with the right heart, if you come with an open heart and you want to seek Jesus, you will find him anywhere and everywhere. So
we recommend this to everyone. Literally, I'm telling everyone, like, I totally recommend this. Like, after high school, that's like a perfect time. Or like,
or if you just have like just graduated high school and have some extra free time, like, do it. Why not? And for those married people out there, there are definitely plenty of married folks, older, mostly older, retired, but there are married people that come out for 3 months, serve.
You have to be 18.
Yes.
I mean, you have to, it's like 18 and up. But there are people like married couples and just like everyone, like older, younger, like it's a variety, and from like everywhere around the world, which was awesome.
Yeah. It's worldwide. So we hope you guys have an amazing, beautiful day, and hope that this helped you guys and clarified any questions that you guys had. So,
if you guys have any more questions, you could comment down below. We'll try to answer when we see the comments. But yeah,
hope you have a great day.
Have an amazing day.
Bye.